In this series, we are exploring the role of the women of the Ahl al-Bayt after Ashura, and how did they continue to lead the campaign against injustice and tyranny, and how they suffered throughout this tragedy, and what lessons we can learn from their struggle. According to some historians and jurists, the tragedy of Karbala was predetermined and predicted. There are some evidences which support this claim. For instance, during his lifetime, Prophet Muhammad was not only informed about Karbala and that his grandson Hussein ibn Ali would be slaughtered with his family in Karbala on the 10th of Muharram in 61 Hijri, but Angel Gabriel also handed over to him the sand where Imam Hussein's blood would be spilled. No doubt, the prophecy was true and Imam Hussein and his companions were massacred by Yazid ibn Muawiyah's forces. The tragedy of Karbala is unique. Unlike other events of history which are defined as they happened, Karbala is not just an event which happened in the 7th century. For the followers of Imam Hussein, it is a recurring phenomenon as they keep imagining and feeling the events of what occurred, and this in turn keeps the tragedy of Karbala alive. It would be difficult and, to be precise, unfair to say who suffered more pain or fought more bravely on Ashura. Every person from Imam Hussein's camp fought and suffered the pain according to their capacity. For instance, Orn and Muhammad, sons of Lady Zainab, were too young to even hold a sword, but they fought bravely against the forces of Yazid. Similarly, the 75-year-old Habib ibn Mazahir, who was the oldest soldier of Imam Hussein, stood firmly in the middle of the battlefield and faced opponents with great endurance. They may have been 72 in numbers, but in spirits they were as high as their opponents, who were in the hundreds of thousands. It is important to mention here that Karbala is not just about male members being slaughtered on Ashura, and similarly, the bravery is not exclusive to the male members of Imam Hussein's camp. Ashura was the first part of the divine sacrifice. The second and last part was post-Ashura, which was initiated on the evening of the 10th of Muharram, when male members were massacred and the remaining members, who were only women and children, were taken into captivity. Indeed, they were poor, devastated, dejected, and drained as the defenders and protectors of their caravans were no more. But it would be wrong to conclude the tragedy of Karbala was only about or ended with the martyrdom of Imam Hussein. The real battle was not about defeating Yazid militarily, but to defeat him with moral and spiritual legitimacy. From this perspective, the real battle began on the evening of Ashura, as the women of the Prophet's household would challenge Yazid's authority. Imam Hussein's only surviving son, Ali, also known as Zain al-Abidin, was left, and he was ill throughout the battle and couldn't even get up from his bed. As a result, Lady Zainab took charge and led the campaign. The women of Karbala defied all preconceived and established notions of war, and displayed miraculous capability and potential that women of the Prophet's family possess. Therefore, we will focus only on those women who are well known, and there is a general consensus on their presence in Karbala. Layla bint Abi Murra al-Thaqafi was the wife of Imam Hussein and mother of Fatima Sughra and Ali Akbar. Fatima Sughra was not in Karbala and stayed in Medina due to ill health. Similarly, the women of the Ahl al-Bayt were known for their piety and modesty, as they never came out without covering their head. Therefore, it is not possible for Yazid's soldiers to identify each lady during their testimonies, as many of them would have never have seen or recognized the ladies of the Ahl al-Bayt. Therefore, we find confusions over the presence of different women. Among them is Layla. But different accounts suggest that she was present and witnessing the whole battle with her own eyes. Her name was Amina, and there are scholarly evidences available which prove her presence in Karbala. Ali Akbar, son of Lady Layla, was a strong gentleman, and more importantly, he used to resemble the Holy Prophet Muhammad, That is why on many occasions when Ali Akbar had tried to seek permission to become the first martyr on the day of Ashura, Imam Hussein refused by saying that,
"I can't let you die. Your face reminds me of my grandfather. And what kind of a father who has a son like you would allow him to go out alone and die in this scorching heat?"
Indeed, it would have been difficult for any father to send his son knowing that he will be martyred. But again, the tragedy of Karbala was not a personal battle between individuals where personal feelings tend to play a significant role. Karbala was divine, predetermined, and prophesied by different prophets, from Prophet Adam to Prophet Muhammad. Imam Hussein, who was chosen for this divine sacrifice, knew that there would be a day when he would have to choose the will of Allah over his love for his son, and Karbala is the epitome of sacrificing oneself for Allah. So when Imam Hussein allowed his son Ali Akbar to go to the battlefield, he grieved about the son he was about to lose.
"God, you are witness against them that I am sending one of your servants, who most resembles your messenger in appearance and temperament. Blessings upon his family."
Similarly, it was also a hard decision for a mother to send her young son into battle, knowing that Yazid's forces were in their thousands. When Ali Akbar came onto the battlefield, he repeated these words several times.
"I am Ali bin Hussein bin Ali, and by the Lord of the Kaaba, we are closer to the Prophet than you. By God, the son of an immoral person will not judge us."
Lady Layla was in the camp when Ali Akbar was fighting. She could not directly see him, so she was dependent on Imam Hussein's expressions. We have little information about Lady Layla and what happened to her after Ashura, and how her life was in Yazid's prison. But her attachment to her son, Ali Akbar, has significantly influenced the writing of Urdu and Farsi poetry, known as Marsiya.